Okay, so you start by going to this website. The link is here. I'm also going to be sending you a document with the address, so it should be fine. I'm going to go ahead, and then all you do is you paste what you have in your Word document, but you just have to format it in a particular way, and I'll show you. Here's an example. Here's a sample of a multiple choice, multiple answer, and all you do is you type in a number, the possible answers, and you put an asterisk in front of the letter where the correct answer is. And if you ever forget and you need a reminder, you can always have this little app generate an example for you. So here, if you do that, it'll generate a new question down at the bottom that says, here's an example of what a multiple choice question looks like. I'm just going to delete that for now. So I have 4 questions. And you'll notice that it says multiple choice, multiple answer, true, false. And here's the answer for the true, sample essay, and this is a fill in the blank. And you click generate test questions. If the answers are correctly formatted, this will turn green. If there's ever a question in there that's not formatted correctly, it'll turn red. You just have to go back and fix it and click generate test question again. So, when you're ready, just click download test questions. It'll save to wherever your default save folder is on your computer. And then you're going to go into Blackboard, and I'm going to look in here under Control Panel and find Test Surveys and Pools. So the Test Surveys and Pools, select Create a Test. I'm going to build test. Click, I'll give it the name new test. Then you just add a description. I'm too lazy to do that. Add instructions. Click submit. And it takes you to a blank test canvas. I'm going to minimize this. We don't need that anymore. And you choose Upload Questions, browse to wherever your downloaded file was. And that time it was this test questions 1. Assign a value for each question. Click Submit. If all goes well, your test questions will be uploaded. The little check says that's the correct answer. Here's my sample multiple answer. True, false. Click OK, and it'll take you back to where all your tests are, and it'll say my new test is not deployed. Your students can't access it until it's deployed. And the way you deploy that is you choose where you want it to go. I'm just going to put it in Assignments, choose Assessment, choose Test. Any test that's not deployed will show up here. Create new test. Click Submit. A couple things will happen. It will take you back to the description, and then do you want to open this test in a new window? I usually choose yes, but it's up to you. Do I want to make it available to students? Right now I'm leaving it as no, because I don't want my students seeing the sample test. Do you want to add a new announcement? Usually I say yes when I deploy the test. Do you want to let students take the test multiple times? Forced completion means that they have to complete the test in one sitting. Do you want to set a timer, whether it's 60 minutes, etc.? If you set a timer, you give it 60 minutes or how many minutes. Do you want the test to auto submit? And I usually don't do this because sometimes they'll be in the middle of it and they're about to submit it, and then sometimes it doesn't get saved, so I just leave that alone. And then instead I get a little notice saying that they submitted the test late. You want to display it after a certain day, until a certain day. I don't usually add a password. And then this test availability exceptions is if you have a student who needs to have a little more time. So for example, you can add a student if I click add user group, it's going to give all these names, and I don't want to deal with editing video. So you could choose add user name, and then choose the student, add particular extended time, etc. You could choose a due date. Do not allow students to start to test if the date is passed, if you want, and then here in the test results and feedback, I usually choose to after attempts are graded, meaning after all students' exams are graded, then I allow each student to see their grade, and I allow them to see their answers, whether they were correct, and then the feedback usually. Do you want to show them incorrect answers? This top part right here is the test presentation. Do you want to let them see the exam all in one shot, or do you want to show them one question at a time? Because I'm old and I prefer to take exams when I can see all the questions, I usually choose all at once. Do you want to randomize questions for each test attempt? Usually you might want to do that if there are more, so different students have different, so that the questions are always disordered for them. So it makes it a little bit harder, I guess, for them to cheat. And then click submit. And then if you scroll down, it'll be at the bottom. And again, notice that it says availability, it's hidden from the students. You could also just do make available. But again, since these are just sample student tests, I'm not going to make them available to students. And that's it.